I sit before you with a heavy heart and steady resolve. I remember the moment the headlines flashed and my name was splashed across screens. I see my eyes in those close-up shots, my clenched fists echoing years of struggle. I watched as the Tamron Hall set lit up with the buzz of controversy and media frenzy. I recall the rapid-fire headlines, each one adding to the weight of the day. There comes a moment when the roar of the crowd meets the silent truth within. Those words have haunted me since that day. I never planned for a crisis like this. I stand at a crossroads of public scrutiny and personal truth. Today, I invite you to join me on a journey through the storm. I bring you my story as I face the truth of a positive marijuana test. I share this not as a boxer alone, but as a person forced to confront my own vulnerabilities. I am not just a champion in the ring. I am a fighter off it. You will witness my struggles, my doubts, and my ultimate reclamation of power. My journey started long before the cameras rolled. I grew up in a world that prized strength and resilience. I trained relentlessly, pushing my body and spirit to their limits. Every bout, every victory, carved a piece of my identity. My career has been a series of battles, both physical and personal. I have danced with pain and embraced victory with open arms. I have earned every scar and every medal along the way. You see the highlights on TV, but you do not see the moments of quiet reflection. I spent nights alone, grappling with the choices I had made. I had built a life defined by hard work and dedication. My relationships were strong. My goals were clear. I kept my focus on the next challenge, always moving forward. But there were red flags I chose to ignore. There were hints in the background, a whisper of trouble that grew louder. I received subtle messages that hinted at deeper issues. I trusted those around me, even when doubts crept in. Marijuana use has always stirred debate in the world of sports. I have faced whispers and pointed fingers. I have watched as opinions shifted with each new revelation. In our world, truth and judgment often share the same space. Today, I stand before you, not to defend a habit, but to confront a reality. This is my truth, a truth that I share with you, unfiltered and raw. I ask you to listen as I unravel the events that led to this turning point. I share my past to set the stage for what would become the most defining day of my life. That morning was like no other. I woke up with a mix of nerves and determination pulsing through me. I felt the weight of every past fight, every grueling practice, and every moment of doubt. I stepped into the Tamron Hall studio with a storm brewing in my chest. The air backstage was thick with tension. I sensed the quiet murmur of voices and the rapid shuffle of movement. Every step I took was heavy with expectation. I felt the eyes of everyone on me as I made my way to the set. I tried to focus on my breathing. I reminded myself of the training and the countless battles I had fought. Yet, there was an undercurrent of dread that I could not ignore. Then it happened. A split second changed everything. I received the news. A positive marijuana test had been confirmed. In that instant, shock rippled through me like a tidal wave. I felt a chill run down my spine. My heart pounded in my chest. Every second felt like an eternity. I heard the whispers in the room, snatches of disbelief and confusion. I tried to steady my voice as I faced the cameras. I remembered the lessons from every tough match and every quiet night of introspection. I focused on the truth inside me. I knew I had to stand firm, no matter the judgment that would follow. I closed my eyes for a moment to collect myself. I recalled my journey, the long hours in the gym, the countless sacrifices, and the battles fought in silence. I knew I was more than a single test result. I was a fighter, defined by my courage in the face of adversity. I stepped into the spotlight with a mix of vulnerability and defiance. I could feel the intensity of every gaze in the room. I knew that this moment would change everything. I took a deep breath, ready to confront the truth head on. I reached a point where silence was no longer an option. I gathered the documents, the test results, and the proof that could no longer be hidden. I stood tall, knowing that every word and every image would shift the narrative. I revealed the evidence with a steady hand. I showed the documents on screen for all to see. I pointed out the details that shattered preconceived ideas. I shared my personal notes and recordings that confirmed my side of the story. The room fell into a heavy silence. I could see the shock on faces as they processed the undeniable truth. The evidence was clear. There was no escaping the facts. I spoke with a calm that belied the storm inside me. Every image, every document was a piece of my journey. I laid out the timeline of events. I shared the hidden messages that I had uncovered. I let the evidence speak for itself. I could see the audience wrestle with their own judgments. I felt their tension and the stirring of opinions. I remained unwavering, speaking with clarity and resolve. I was not here to convince, but to reveal. In that moment, I realized the power of truth. The facts were irrefutable. I had turned the tide with the weight of evidence. I had dismantled the facade of secrecy that had been built around me. I stood firm as the shock turned into a quiet acceptance. I had shared every detail. I had bared my soul in front of the world. I could only hope that my honesty would pave the way for understanding. The fallout hit immediately. Media headlines exploded across every channel. Social media erupted with opinions and heated debates. I felt the pressure of the public gaze. The studio had turned into a battleground of opinions. Every comment and headline felt like a jab. I braced myself for the storm of criticism and support. Inside the studio, chaos reigned. I witnessed the rapid spread of information and misinformation. I felt the raw energy of those reacting to the news. I sensed a mix of anger, disbelief, and even a touch of admiration. I experienced a whirlwind of emotions. There was anger at the breach of trust. There was sorrow over the loss of innocence in the public eye. I felt a quiet satisfaction in knowing I had stood by my truth. Relationships shifted in that turbulent time. Some friends distanced themselves. Others stood by me, offering silent support. I saw old alliances crumble under the weight of public scrutiny. The studio became a microcosm of a larger debate. I felt the pulse of every heart, every viewer at home. I listened as opinions formed and reformed in real time. I faced both harsh criticism and unexpected words of encouragement. Every headline, every tweet was a reflection of the world's divided opinion. I listened carefully to both sides. I realized that every judgment carried a story of its own. I took each comment as a piece of the larger puzzle of public opinion. I felt a deep personal toll. The chaos in the studio mirrored the turmoil inside me. I carried the weight of every word, every reaction, every headline. I wondered how I would ever find peace in the midst of such storm. Yet, I knew that this was just another chapter in my journey. I had faced challenges before. I had overcome obstacles that many thought impossible. I had to find strength in the midst of adversity and keep moving forward. I found a quiet moment after the storm had passed. I retreated to a small space where I could think. I took time to reflect on every twist of the day. I looked back on the journey that led me here. I remembered the long nights of training and the silent battles fought in my heart. I saw the moments of doubt, the chances I almost missed, and the strength I found in the face of betrayal. I realized that every hardship had prepared me for this moment. I began to see the truth in a new light. I saw the scars as badges of honor. I understood that every setback was a setup for a greater comeback. I embraced the lessons that the controversy had forced upon me. I made a promise to myself. I vowed to stand by my truth no matter the cost. I promised to learn from every moment of pain. I committed to using my story to help you see that strength comes from within. I want you to know that my journey is not just about a test or a headline. It is about the relentless pursuit of authenticity. It is about reclaiming control over my life when the world tries to define me. It is about turning adversity into an opportunity to grow. I ask you to reflect on your own struggles. Think about the moments when life knocked you down. Consider the times when you had to rise again. Let my story be a reminder that you have the strength to fight your own battles. I now step back to examine the broader picture. I look at the intersection of sports, personal freedom, and media narratives. I see how my story is part of a larger debate on personal choices in our society. The debate on marijuana use in sports has long simmered below the surface. I have seen opinions form on every side. I have listened to experts and critics alike. I stand at the center of this debate. My story is spark in the larger conversation. I have spoken with experts, listened to historical accounts, and seen comparisons with past controversies. I learned that every controversy brings hidden truths to light. I discovered that my story is not isolated. It reflects a common struggle. I saw parallels in how society views personal freedom and accountability. Media narratives have shaped public opinion in ways that I could not ignore. I watched as the news spun my words into sound bites. I listened to how every interview and headline built a new narrative. I realized that the media can both uplift and tear down with equal force. I invite you to question the information you see. Look at the timeline of events with a critical eye. Consider how every piece of data fits into the larger picture. Ask yourself, what is the truth behind every headline? I have gathered interviews and data that map the evolution of public opinion. I looked at social media trends, the pulse of online communities. I saw how opinions shifted as more evidence came to light. I observed that in every outcry, there was a desire for clarity. My experience has made me aware of the complex dance between personal choices and public judgment. I see that every action has consequences that ripple outwards. I understand that the freedom to make personal choices often comes with a public price. I have learned that the narrative is shaped by the voices of many. As you watch this, I want you to ask yourself, how do you judge someone based on a single moment? What does it mean to stand by your truth when the world questions you? In a society quick to label and judge, where do we find room for understanding? I have faced the backlash, and I have embraced the support. I have seen critics who call me out and fans who stand by me. I listened as some voices drowned out others. I weighed every comment, every opinion, with a sense of cautious hope. I now see that my experience has ignited discussions far beyond my personal story. It has opened up debates on fairness, personal freedom, and the power of media. I have become a symbol in a larger struggle, one where every voice matters. I urge you to think critically about the narratives you consume. Data from interviews, timelines, and expert analysis all point to a simple truth. The path to understanding is paved with questions. The narrative is not fixed. It is built by each of us. In a world that judges quickly, the fight for authenticity is ongoing. I want you to see that every fact, every piece of evidence, is a step toward a more honest conversation. I share this analysis with you in the hope that it sparks a deeper reflection. I invite you to engage with the data, the interviews, and the voices that echo this struggle. Think about your own experiences. How have you been shaped by judgment and praise? This conversation is larger than one test result. It touches on how we view freedom in sports and in life. It challenges us to reconsider what we deem acceptable. It asks us to look beyond the surface of every controversy. I urge you to see the value in questioning the status quo. Look at the facts. Listen to the experts. And above all, trust your own judgment. I now turn to you, my viewers, to share your thoughts. I read every comment, every tweet, every message with care. Your voices are a crucial part of this ongoing conversation. I have seen messages that challenge my perspective. Some of you are critical, questioning every move I made. Others share stories that mirror my own struggles. Each comment adds a new layer to the narrative we build together. I invite you to join this dialogue. Share your experiences of facing judgment. Tell me about the moments when you had to stand alone. Let's talk about how truth and judgment collide in our lives. Your words remind me that I am not alone in this fight. I see your courage in every message. I feel your resilience in every comment. Your support drives me to be more open, more honest. I want to address some of your questions now. A viewer asked, what was going through your mind when you first heard the news? I thought of every training session, every match that had brought me here. I recalled the moments of doubt and the strength I had found in silence. I knew that my truth was larger than this one test. Another asked, how do you deal with the criticism that comes from both sides? I listen to every word with an open heart. I reflect on the lessons each comment brings. I stand firm in the belief that my truth matters. I read tweets that call me brave, that see the honesty in my struggle. I see messages that express anger, disbelief, and support all at once. I value every perspective you share. Your voices enrich this narrative. What does it mean to stand by your truth when the world watches? I believe it means having the courage to face the consequences. It means questioning the narratives that are handed to us. It means forging your own path despite the noise around you. In these moments, I ask you to look inside yourselves. Reflect on the times you have been misunderstood. Think about the moments when the world judged you too quickly. And remember that every trial can lead to a stronger, more honest self. I also want to share a brief monologue, a moment of reflection that ties us together. In quiet moments, I look at my journey and see a series of challenges overcome. I see the raw honesty of my actions, the undeniable strength it took to stand by my truth. I see you in every viewer who has faced their own battle. Your comments are not just words, they are the heartbeat of this conversation. I am grateful for the questions, the criticisms, and the support. They remind me that truth is not static. It evolves with every shared experience. Your engagement makes this journey a shared one. I leave you with this thought. In a world quick to judge, we must be the ones who question, who listen, and who understand. Stand by your truth, no matter the noise. And know that your voice is as important as mine. I have walked you through the shock, the pain, and the ultimate reclamation of my truth. I have shared every step of this difficult journey with you. In the ring of life, I have learned that truth is the fiercest opponent. Today, I stand before you, not defeated, but victorious in my own way. I ask you to take this journey with me. Share your stories of struggle and triumph. Let us build a community that values honesty and strength. Like this video if you believe in standing by your truth. Subscribe for more of my journey and to join the conversation. Remember, authenticity is our greatest triumph. Your voice matters. Your story matters. And together, we can face every challenge that comes our way. Thank you for walking this path with me. I have shared my life as I faced one of the toughest challenges in my career. I bare my soul for you. I showed you the power of evidence and the cost of truth. I reminded you that every setback is an opportunity to rise again. My story is not just about a positive test. It is about reclaiming control when everything seems lost. It is about finding strength in the darkest moments. And it is about knowing that your truth is the only thing that truly matters. Every moment we share today is a part of my journey. I hope it inspires you to face your own battles. I hope it gives you the courage to stand up for what is right. I hope you see that even in the face of harsh judgment, you can emerge stronger. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this conversation. Thank you for believing in the power of truth. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep questioning. And let's always stand by our truth. In the ring of life, the truth is the fiercest opponent, and today we stand victorious. This is my journey. Share with you in every raw moment and every hard-fought victory. I hope you carry a piece of this strength into your own life. I hope you remember that no matter the odds, you can fight back. Your truth matters. Your courage matters. And together, we make this world a place where honesty prevails. Thank you for being with me today. I look forward to hearing your stories. I look forward to building a community where truth is celebrated. And I look forward to the next chapter of this journey together. Every word I spoke comes from a place of lived experience. I am not perfect. I am flawed. But I stand here unafraid, ready to take on whatever comes next. Let my story remind you. There is strength in admitting your truth. There is power in facing the consequences. And there is freedom in knowing who you really are. Thank you for joining me in this moment of raw honesty. Share this video if you believe in the power of truth. Subscribe to follow my journey as I continue to fight for what matters most, my truth and yours. Remember, authenticity is our greatest triumph. You have heard my story today. I have laid it out as clearly as I could. I have shown you every high and every low. And I have asked you to stand by your own truth in a world that often tries to silence it. Take a moment now. Reflect on everything we have shared. Think about the battles you have faced. Consider the strength that has brought you this far. And know that you are not alone in your fight. I invite you to carry this message forward. Let it guide you in times of doubt. Let it empower you when the weight of the world seems too heavy. And let it remind you that every day is a new chance to reclaim your power. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your trust. And thank you for believing that together, we can stand tall in the face of every challenge. Stay true. Stay strong. And above all, keep fighting for your truth. This is my truth. This is our truth. And together we are unstoppable. Remember, authenticity is our greatest triumph. I hope my words have given you insight into the power of truth. I have shared every detail with honesty and care. I have given you a glimpse into my world, raw, unfiltered, and real. Let us carry this truth with us always. Let it remind you that you are enough. And let it inspire you to face every challenge head on. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Your support means more than words can say. And together we will continue to stand by our truth every single day.